Hello, welcome back to Fun Online Teaching and Learning YouTube channel. We are continuing with our series about professional skills and some may say soft skills. And I'm glad to see you here today again because that shows you want to learn more about soft skills and professional developments, which we call lift skills, interpersonal skills, human skills. If you didn't watch why soft skills and professional skills are important, I'm gonna put the link in the description so you can go back and see the first recording that we did together and where we discussed why soft skills are important and sometimes even more important than hard skill. So today we are covering emails from a sender perspective, but in first part I'm going to cover emails and I'm gonna give you strategies about how to manage emails. Before we start, I would ask you to please like and subscribe and turn on your notifications so you will be notified from the new videos I will issue every Monday and every Thursday. All right, let's deep dive. So this recording I'm going to talk about communication model, definition, and I'm going to recommend you my approach to how I approach to emails from sender's perspective and receiver's perspective. We're going to do some hands-on activity and I'm going to close with the takeaways. And in the second recording, part 2 of emails, we're going to look at from a sender's perspective, and I will have probably a part 3 where I'm gonna look at from a receiver's perspective. All right, I'm going to mention what do I mean about when I say sender and when I say receiver. Alrighty, so in the communications, okay, there's always a sender, a receiver, a method or means, and a feedback. Okay, in this communications model, you want to make sure that it's your responsibility as a sender to make sure that the receiver receives and understands the message as intended. This is your responsibility as a sender. There's a lot of things hidden in the centers. First of all, you want to make sure that the receiver receives your email, right? Today we're talking about email. So what do I mean by the receiver receives your email? Maybe the person is not there anymore. Maybe that's not his email or her email anymore, right? Maybe that email is invalid now. Maybe he's on vacation, right? Maybe he's out of office. So make sure he receives your email, okay? Very important. Second one, you want to make sure that they understand the message, okay? Well, that's our job as a sender today. We're going to play sender, so you want to make sure that they understand the message. Well, they can understand the message, but we want them to understand the message from our perspective, how we want to tell them, right? So that's really, really important. It's a tough job. So same is valid for managing emails. Okay, emails is not any different, but there's more to add. Emails are like a hand grenade and landmines. What do I mean by that? Okay, that's strange, right? Landmines and hand grenades. Well, it's fairly easy to deploy. When you write a few sentences, when you write a few words, you can just hit enter and there you go, it's deployed. It's fairly easy to deploy. And this is for hand grenades, it's easy to deploy. Landmines, not much, right? Usually arrive out of blue. You never know when an email will end up your inbox. And think about it. How many of you, received an email that he approved, right? Nobody seeks for our approval before they send an email to our inbox, right? It just comes out of the blue. What is the analogy here with the landmines? Well, in a small passage, right? 100 soldiers passes, and then 101 from the same path steps on the mine. Okay, landmine. So 99 and 100 soldiers passes the same path, but the next one, 101st soldier, steps on it, right? And it explodes. So it arrives out of the blue. Hand grenades, same as well. Easily looked down on, not an easy escape. Okay, you can't really escape in this modern world. You can't really escape the emails. You cannot. You will receive notifications, meeting emails, hundreds of thousands of emails. Okay, I receive personally 40 to 60 emails every day. Every morning I have 40 to 60 fresh emails. Okay, I'm sure you're not any different. It can be destructive. What do I mean? Hand grenades are small, but it's destructive, right? Landmines are small, but it's destructive for the soldier who steps on it. Okay? It can be destructive. People can write you angry emails, and all of a sudden, your whole day or whole week will be going bad. Your mood will change, right? So they are really destructive. They can just say a few bad words. They can tell you some, things that demoralize you, and then your whole day will be bad. Okay, they can be really destructive. They can be lethal as well. You never know if the HR is sending you an email saying that your position is not valid anymore, gonna close in 4 weeks, so you better find a job, right? They are lethal a lot of the times. Maybe it's saying you're not authorized to work anymore, or uh, you know I don't know, maybe you failed a class, things like that, right? Mostly time consuming. Think about it. Can you write down in the comments how long are you spending on your emails, checking them, sorting them, archiving them, responding them, following up with them? How many hours do you spend daily? Okay, daily. Please comment below. Please comment below so we can share. I don't want to give a number for myself because it varies, but if I exclude writing emails, I will spend almost 1 hour just sorting, archiving, checking the emails, let alone writing back, right? So it's 1 hour exactly. Yeah, it's time consuming. Whatever is inside, let's say it's an advertisement from a company or something, it's still time consuming. You want to read it, you want to understand it's trash, you want to put it in the trash. And also think about it. When you open up an email, what are some of the decisions that you're about to make? I'm just gonna give you 2 examples, and rest please comment back in below. One is just delete it, right? 2, just respond as yes. It's like easy response, right? Yes or no. Okay, so these are 2 decisions that you can make. What else? Scientists say you have at least 7 decisions to choose in between. Okay, so think about what are those, and comment below. It's a painful recovery. As I said, they are destructive, and some emails, it's really painful and hard to recover. Let's see, I want you to share your experiences, please, and comment below. How do you think about emails in general? Like, what do you do to manage them, right? What is your approach to managing them? Because it fills up really quickly, right? Nobody gets your permission to email you. So you're just bombarded in this modern world with emails, and it's on you. When someone sends an email, they just think that it's done, right? Oh, it's their responsibility, their side is down, now they're passing on to you. What's your approach to those? What works for you and what does not work, you see around? What are some of your best practices? Okay, can you share with us? I'm gonna share mine throughout this part 1, 2, and part 3. What are some of the useful habits you recommend to us? Okay, think about those. All right, now I'm gonna talk about mine. What's my strategy about my emails? First of all, I want to manage my emails, not only write emails, right? So it's important to manage the emails. Don't just focus on how do I write good sentences, how do I write like grammatically correct sentences, how do you greet people, and how do you say, warm regards and stuff. These are important, right? But I want to manage my emails, not only focus on the writing emails, because there's a lot more than just writing emails. What does that mean? What do I really mean? What do you understand from this sentence? Okay, first of all, I recommend you personally to think about now, what do you want to achieve with emails, right? What do you want to achieve? What do you want to achieve with the emails that hits in your inbox? Let me share what do I expect from my emails, what I want to achieve, okay? What I want to achieve. So I want to decrease two things to be able to increase two other things. So one of the things that I want to decrease is number of emails. I want to decrease number of emails that hits in my inbox. That's very important. And if you never thought about this, think about how can you do that. Throughout those recordings, I'm going to share with you some of my practices, some of my colleagues' practices, and I'm going to show you examples how you can do that. But please think about it and comment below how to decrease number of emails. Can you do that? I told you that nobody's seeking your approval to send you emails, but there are ways to decrease the number of emails hitting into your inbox. And I want to also decrease my time to review. Okay, you want to establish your policies, craft your policies and publish them, let people know about them, and then expect them to comply. So that this will decrease my time to review. Think about it. How can you decrease your time to review? I'm gonna discuss this in the series of recordings about emails. Okay. Well, what do I want to increase then? If I want to decrease the number of emails and decrease time of review, then I will have time to increase my quality response. I will give replies more quality, more focused on this topic and subject. And also I want to provide follow-ups, because emails are not the only way we communicate. We want to make meetings, Zoom calls, right? Hangouts, Google Hangouts, whatever is the your maybe Teams you're using. So you want to make meetings, right? Sometimes you may see people face to face. So all these things require follow-ups. So you want to have some time to follow up with other people and teams. So this is my strategy. Please think about what can be your strategy depending on what you're doing. Maybe you're an IT help desk manager. Maybe you're an engineer, lead engineer. Maybe you're a manager in a company, mid-level manager. Maybe you own your own business, right? How do you think about achieving with your emails? What do you think, and what can be some of those strategies? Okay, why not we do a simple math? Okay, why am I insisting on not only writing good sentences in the emails? That's very important. I'm gonna spend a lot of time talking about it, but I'm emphasizing managing the emails. Okay, so here's the simple math. I am right now excluding my family emails, home emails, friend emails, advertisements, repetitive emails coming from hotels, all these businesses, standard emails, alarms, reminders, repetitive meetings, and family stuff. Okay, so neglecting all of this stuff. I'm just focusing on let's say my colleagues, my staff, and my students. Okay, let's say I have 400 students. Okay, and I have 100 colleagues, that I work in the company. Let's say 400 customers. Okay, 400 customers, 100 staff in the company, and 50 others. That is also important, right? Let's say every week they send one email, my customers. My colleagues send me half email, and others like support people, they send me, quarter email, let's say. If you add those up, that'll be 40, 400, that'll be 50 because they send half email. Like, let's say every two people sends one email, kind of like that. And in the support staff, I have, quarter, which means every four people will send me one email. Okay, let's say. So this makes up 462 a day. Let's say not everybody is sending every day, which is true, right? Let's say every week they send one email. That makes up 92 emails per day. And remember, these are fresh emails, new emails every day arriving in my inbox. Do this calculation for yourself and see the simple math will reveal you what's gonna, what kind of insight you'll have with this. Okay, think about this as customers. These are your team, the people you work with, and then these are the support like contractors, maybe policymakers, and these are all important, right? And define them according to the repetitive and how frequently they send you an email. And this is my math. And remember, I neglected all these things which consumes my time and attention as well, needs my attention as well. Do this math. That's why I'm really insisting why you need to manage your emails instead of just focusing on writing emails. All right? So, if you are intending to respond emails when they show up in the box, you're so late. Okay, you must craft a strategy. If you're just thinking of handling the emails when they show up in the inbox, you are so late. It requires more than that. As I mentioned throughout the recording, it requires managing the inbox. So I'm going to propose two-phase systems approach. I'm just going to touch base on them. These are my strategies, how I think about it. As you already know, if you're watching my recordings, I am more of a systems guy. Okay, I would like to approach things from a system dynamics perspective, from a high level holistic perspective. So I propose two-phase systems approach. I'm gonna just mention them today, explain them today. I'm gonna go into details in the next recordings. What do I mean? So my first strategy is take a preemptive strike approach first. What does that mean? Okay, for those who don't know what's preemptive strike, I'm gonna show you a definition. But let's see, I want you to use this strategy like a soldier when you are managing your inbox. Behave like a soldier. These are the tools that I'm gonna mention in the next recordings, how to use when you're using and how to use preemptive strike. So you can read this definition for the preemptive strike. That's military wise. I'm just using this analogy to make sure that you remember the strategy. The second one is when you did everything you can to preemptive strike to your emails, right? But they still hit your inbox. Of course, that's natural, right? That's natural. That's how we get things done in emails, right? We mentioned even the courts accept those as inbox as evidences, right? So when they hit your inbox, triage them. What you got, like a nurse, like a doctor. What do they do when you arrive in a hospital, in an emergency department? Well, they take your vitals, they check your vitals, and they make you wait, and then they triage, and then they say, you want to get this x-ray, you want to go to this, you want to get this test done. And then they collect all the data about you, and then they say, okay, you're going to see this doctor, right? So I want you to do the same to your emails when they hit your inbox, just like a nurse and a doctor. These are the strategies that I want you to use. Okay, I'm gonna mention those in the next recording. What is triage? Here is it. Okay, it's just prioritizing, giving priorities. Okay, here's how I think of two-phase approach. So let's say an email hit your inbox, okay? So before that, just like the soldier here, you want to preemptive strike before they hit your inbox. Well, they will hit anyways, right? Just like in the red email here. Then make a triage, like a nurse, like a doctor in the emergency department. Okay, and then I want you to triage again, to check back again. What's the timeline here? So let's say the email hit you at D. Okay, I want you to preemptive strike ways before, weeks before, not only days, weeks and months before. I'm gonna explain you what do I mean here, right? Preemptive strikes weeks and months before they hit. Well, if they hit, hours later, every day you wanna triage your emails, right? But one of the things that we forget as professionals, I want you to triage your emails after a few days and a few weeks. What I do, I usually check my emails every Friday for those who are unread or, slip under the radar. Maybe I flagged them, but I missed to write a response, right? I always check those on Fridays. And every week, every last week of every month, I also check the whole month just to make sure. This also helps your memory as well, because sometimes we respond really fast, really easy, then we forgot what we say. So reviewing these emails weekly and monthly really helps a lot. So what I see, people usually focuses on this one. Okay, now with the strategy 1, make sure you employ preemptive strike, and with this strategy, triage your emails. And I don't see people doing this, so make sure you also set some time, some hours of effort checking your emails weekly and monthly, like for the whole weekend, for the whole month. Let's paint this picture. Let's check this. What are some of the things that you see here that is not really good? So let's make comments below. What do you think is good here? Maybe if you see anything good, and what do you see bad here? Okay, I'll give you a few minutes, or I'm just gonna read it. Hello, Professor K. Unfortunately, I was unable to attend your class last week due to a family reason. We also talked about it when we met in the hallway. I've been studying hard for the upcoming exam and want to refer to your notes of the class that I missed. Could you please send me your lecture notes and slides? What is good here and maybe what's bad here? Okay, please comment below. A few pretty good ideas from sender. I'm gonna focus this on the next recording. I'm gonna give you some strategies how to think when you're a sender, and the differences also what I mean by sender and what I mean by receiver. All right, so key takeaways from this recording: manage your emails, not only put out fires. Don't think about them when they hit your inbox only. Always develop a strategy for preemptive attack and then triage. Adapt a structure and style of your own. Okay, my strategies, two strategies might not work for you, because maybe you have only your startup, you are only you have only 5 employee, 4 employee, maybe you never write emails, almost maybe once a day, or you have a big company with locations, with branches in other continents. So you create your own style. It will be different, it will be unique to you, but it must be a structured way and style of your own, reflecting the way your company works. Know your receivers. So I'm gonna focus on this next one. What do I mean by receivers, and how can you know your receivers? What are their expectations? How can you manage their expectations? Make sure your message in the email is received. It's not really easy, so don't underestimate this. I'm gonna see you in the next recording. Please subscribe and make a comment, like the videos, so I can continue these videos and we can reach more people and we can enlarge our community of interest about professional skills. Thank you, and I'm gonna see you in the next recording. Thank you.